constitutional breaches by the Edo State House of Assembly. I can also remember the political brawl between Rotimi Akeredolu and Lucky Yeditiwa. I can remember that. I'm not going to forget it. Then we also remember allegations of forgery of Governor Akeredolu's signature, which just happened some weeks ago. This is another political scandal that was nearly swept under the carpet, but likely to continue in 2024. And that's me welcoming you to Standpoint this morning on Rapid 96.5 FM Umuahia, the station of the moment. And quickly, my guest this morning, like I told you earlier on during the previous program, Naija Nawaa, that we are going to have him in the studio as a caller, precisely Fayumere mentioned Mondo Bani, and very fortunately enough, Mondo Bani is in the studio today. Dr. Monde Obani is the special advisor legal to the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, the number one legislator in Nigeria. His special advisor on legal matters is in the studio today. Good to have you, Mondo Obani.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's my pleasure to be here, and I take the opportunity to wish all Abians a Happy New Year. This year, I have no doubt in my mind it's going to be better than last year. It's a prayer point, and God is going to grant all our wishes and our desires, our heart desires. We are very resilient people, and that the spirit of an average Abia man is never die, and they always succeed in anything they put their hands in. My prayer this year is that every expectation of the righteous, shall be fulfilled. And Abians are known as God's own people, and so the expectation shall be made by the Almighty. So I wish every Abian and those who are good listeners to Rapid Radio FM, Happy New Year. It's going to be a year of prosperity, and God is going to give us good health. Very important. Good health is very key, and we will succeed in every of our endeavors. My prayer is in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. What a year to start the year 2024. Having you in the studio for the first time. Want to welcome you once again, the management of RBN. It will interest you that we also have television here.
Is that right?
We are, yes, Rapid TV, channel 176 on Star Times. We're on right now. And this is Rapid Radio, 96.5 FM. And taking you around the world now. So we are live on Facebook. We are streaming live on Facebook. If you don't want to listen, you want to listen and watch, you can visit our Facebook page on Rapid 965. Rapid 965. So that you can see Dr. Monde Obani. You have so many fans here. You speak to us on daily basis from Lagos State. While you were in US, you also spoke to us one of the days. And want to thank you for the love and the support which you have shown to this radio station. Having you here is an honor. So how was your Xmas? How did you spend
I spent it in my village, and this happened very rarely. I don't spend Christmas here in the village. I always come after Xmas, but I did. I come earlier this year because the mayor of my local government lost his father, and the burial was 22nd, so I had to come in earlier in order to be part of that burial ceremony. So I must tell you that I enjoy every bit of my stay here in the village in Abia State, and it's my desire that Abia will be what everyone expects Abia to be, a place that is actually safe, very conducive for people to come and relax, and it's beginning to be like that. You mentioned a program that one foundation sponsored, and the stadium was filled up.
Yes, that's Konak Foundation.
Yeah, I heard about it. The excitement of people, coming back to Abia, and enjoying the peaceful atmosphere, and it's very historic, And I want to say thank you to the new government that is in power, and for those of you who keep on remaining very steadfast, in promoting all the goodies about Abia. and then getting people to really support, And that man who did that, God is going to elongate his life, and then give him more money in order to do this, even continually.
Yes, continue. That's Mr. Ken.
Yeah,
Mr. Ken Ukago, the founder of Konak Foundation. It was very, very massive. Mwahia Township, the government was represented.
Oh, wow.
Yes, the governor, Dr. Alex Oti, was represented by his chief of staff. It was massive yesterday night, and I think Omaha people may be sleeping now because they had a lot of fun.
Last night, great.
They had a lot of fun. But Mondo Bani, let's talk about you, Dr. Monde Obani. You're a family man.
Yes, I'm married to Lady Faustina Obani. She's from Okwele. She's from Okwele, and of course, saying that the Imo people are my in-laws.
Okay.
Very beautiful wife, who is also a virtuous woman. Takes care of my children. Now we have 4 kids. They're no longer kids, because they're boys.
They are grown.
Yes. My first son is a lawyer and has finished his masters in UK, and my second son is an engineer. He's pursuing his masters also in UK. So, and then my daughter, which is the 3rd child, has graduated with second class upper from Babcock University, and so she also will pursue her masters. Then the last boy, who is my replica, that is Ebu Bey. He wants to be a lawyer, and so by the grace of God, he should be entering university this year. That's my prayer point, because he's finishing school side this year. He's a boy that we didn't contemplate, in having, this one you call accidental discharge, but no child is an accidental one.
Yes, God knows.
Yeah, God knows, and he turned out to be my replica. He resembles me in every respect. So God,
probably because your wife was not aware.
Yes, she was not aware. So it was me that was aware. That's a good one.
Okay, your first child is a luminary.
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah, that's correct.
Probably he followed your footsteps.
Yes, that's
the
correct.
footsteps of the father.
That's correct.
You have lawyers at home, and others are really coming up.
That's right.
We've heard about so many of your activities in Awomuku, where you come from. You come from Awomuku here.
I'm from Awomuku. Awomuku is after Ekebedi. My mom is from Ekebedi, incidentally, but I'm from Awomuku. Umosoko, that is a particular place called Umosoko in Awomuku. It's a very big village. We have Amapo, we have Omualo, and then we have that particular Umosoko. But I'm from Umosoko part. If you get to Umualo Junction, everyone knows my this and all that. So God has been very merciful with us there. Very peaceful environment. Equano generally is very peaceful.
Wow.
And we have every cause to glorify God. Even when I lost my dad, remember, you were there live, all the lawyers and all the big shots that came from all over the federation. It was a very peaceful atmosphere, and they all went back safely without any hurt. So I'm very happy with what is happening in Abia State. There has been really peaceful environment here. Even from the previous government, we also give it to them. There has been this issue of pursuit of peace and issue of security, and then this government is taking it to another level, ensuring that Abia, under the protection of the Almighty. It's not similar with what we have with other states. We're more than very fortunate, in having the people remaining very peaceful and at the same time resilient, having the spirit that tomorrow is going to be better. So you don't need to kill yourself. You don't need to eliminate any person. You don't need to kill your neighbor. We Igbos are not known to be cannibals. We don't kill. No. But what is going on presently in Igbo land is something that is very, disturbing. And I know that this new year, all that will stop, It's been a prayer point by all Christians, praying for peace in Igbo land. When we have peace here, Igbo land is going to be one of the most rapid developing environment, within the next few years. If all the governors can come together, we have a lot of potentials. We have a lot of men and women who are ready to come and invest. In fact, if you watch the Facebook, I don't know whether you have done that during this Xmas period. So the houses that are trending on Facebook are in Igbo land.
Yes, of course.
Igbo man remains, when it comes to millionaires, the average, we are more than any other tribe in terms of being millionaires and all that. But remember, this is a tribe that was denied, money immediately after the war. How the Igbo man spirit came back and made them to be what they are today all over the world There is no place an Igbo man is not thriving. In every environment, you go to Japan, you go to America, you go to New Zealand, everywhere. Why? We are special, and God has blessed this particular tribe. So we don't need to mess it up. We don't need to mess our environment up. So when we keep on hearing what is going on now in Igbo land with killings and by unknown gunmen, and I'll say, no, God, we need to stop this, because the great potentials of every Igbo man is so great in the world, and we are meant to dominate and not eliminate.
Okay. Dr. Monde Obani, that shows that you're coming from the grassroots.
That's right.
The more reason why you always visit your people. You're regular with the Awomoku people, where you heard from. People like you always stay in US and in Lagos or Abuja, but we always finding you back home. Everything. So once again, we welcome you to the program Standpoint.
Thank you.
And good to have you this morning, dear listener. I wanted to make sure you take the volume of your radio so that your neighbors will be enjoying and and bring up their opinion on our discussion this morning. We're going to talk about so many other things. Please stay with us, then touch the dial.
In your ears, all day long and all night. 24/7 radio. We are 96.5 Rapid FM.
Okay, Dr. Monde Obani, let's start with the matter raised by one of the callers in the previous program, which you called immediately to respond to. And so many people are listening to you right now to get some of the clarifications from this issue. You are the special advisor to the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. And Dr. Monde Obani, your principal said he increased the 27.5 trillion naira budget submitted by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to 28.78 trillion in order to take care of human capital development and take care of the needs of Nigerians, and particularly the school feeding. The school feeding and the security situation in the country. Is this not taking the law to the gutters?
No.
Does the legislature has the right to punt the budget?
Yeah. As I said earlier, this issue has become a perennial issue in our legislative matter over time, starting from Obasanjo's era. So the issue is, can the legislature actually increase? Does the power of appropriation includes, increasing? And then, my view at that time is that, look, if there is any doubt as to whether they have such powers, can we test it? It's a matter that can go straight to the Supreme Court, because this one involved the arms of government, to really give a proper interpretation whether the power of appropriation also include the power of increasing. But I know the little knowledge I have is that when you are supposed to appropriate, it includes reducing. If you can reduce, you can also add. Now, the executive can say, look, they want to do 130 roads. And the legislators, who are representatives of the people, now discover that the executive is wrong with the number of roads to be taken care of. There are other roads of national importance that must be included in the new budget that is going to be passed. And they may be up to 70 roads. Then with the 140 that the executive have provided, there is nothing wrong in the people that represent the entire constituencies in the federation to now say this particular area requires a little bit of concentration also by the budget itself and by adding it. So in doing that, they are going to come back to give account of what they have done in appropriation to their constituents. And so if you don't put their road, if you don't put their electricity, you don't put their school, you don't put the things that make you to be a true representative in the budget, you cannot in any way come and talk to them again for another re-election. So the issue is, if I'm representing a people, am I not supposed to reflect their needs in the budget of the year? And if I am supposed to reflect, will it be by way of reduction or by increase? It's going to increase the budget output and other. So, but my take, if whatever they're increasing is for the sake of developing Nigeria, if what they're adding in the budget is to really use it for human capital development and other capital structures in the country because of our deficiencies in the system, I don't see anything wrong with that. My only sadness will be that this monies, if appropriated, is only meant for self-aggrandizement for themselves and not for public interest. That is where I'm going to have issue. But my take is that they have explained that they have to increase for human capital development. So we should now monitor the budget and see that whatever they have actually appropriated and signed into law is actually for that particular purpose. That's what we owe as a responsibility. The citizens must be awake. They must be alert. If we are not alert, these guys can mess us up. That is why I keep on emphasizing the fact that the Nigerians will only determine what they want in this country by themselves. Not any other person will do it. We must hold government accountable. Government should be afraid of the people and not the other way around. In everywhere in the world, the government always determines the tone of governance. This is what we want. This is what we desire. And the government must reflect that. If you don't reflect that, then you have no reason being in government. The purpose of governance is about the people. And that's what the Constitution says. It's about their welfare. It's about their interests. It's about their security. The moment you don't do those things and all that, then you have no reason being in government. There is no need of giving you power. Because power is to be exercised on behalf of the people. So,
if we have to begin to, look into this matter of the budget pardon,
yes,
at this moment,
yes,
what do you think should be the responsibility of the Senate?
The Senate and the House of Reps, actually have to pass the bill, the appropriation bill concurrently, and then send it now to the president for assent. So what I'm trying to say, they must have met at the committee level. The finance committee must have made, the appropriation committee must have made, harmonized the positions and all that here and there before they came to the plenary. Then it was passed. So that issue is that you must ensure that there is proper reflection of projects that will actually impact the lives of the people in your constituency. It's important.
So you're saying that since the Senate can remove, it means that
National Assembly.
The National Assembly.
Yes.
It means they can add.
They can also add. And what are they adding? Things that affect the constituencies that they represent. That is what it's all about. There's no way I can be a representative, a senator today in Abia. Then I will now fail to reflect, certain very vital projects from my constituency in the national budget. The executive may not have taken that into consideration. Look at this Ikotemene-Kwano road now. I don't know, we've been following whether that budget, reflects it. So if I'm a senator, I should be able to insist that this particular is abandoned, and maybe because of lack of funding or for whatever it is. And then I now reflected. The executive may not have taken that into consideration. Then what am I there as a senator represent?
Because Godwill Akpabio is your principal.
No.
Or you're saying this because it is the reality on ground?
The reality on ground is that if I'm representing my people as a senator, as a House of Rep member, I should be able to, put in the system some project that will reflect the life, the interests of my people. That's what I'm saying. And so if I have a right to remove, I also have a right to add. But if anyone is in doubt, Mr. Speaker, I have said it earlier on, can we test the legality of appropriation, including addition, in the Supreme Court? That's all. So that we can let this matter to rest. It has been given, it cannot add, it's pardon. They now manufacture the word pardon and all that. But pardon budget for the sake of developing Nigeria is what I'm for. But if it is pardon the budget for the sake of increasing the pocket of the legislator, then I'm against it. You must speak for the people all the time. Whether you are in government or out of government, you must be for the sake of the people. That's have always been my position.
Okay. One of the headlines in one of the national dailies, Dr. Monde Obani, says that Monde Obani secured a major legal victory against the Nigerian Customs Services in favor of automobile dealers in Nigeria. And that story has it that the Federal High Court has declared illegal the act of custom officers harassing car dealers and car owners either on their car shops or roads on the ground that they were guilty of customs and excise and irregularities during clearing at the ports of importation. We have seen so many of these that Nigerians will clear their goods, they will clear their vehicles, their cars,
their rice, and
so many other things with the custom at the wharf.
Yes.
And taking them even home.
That's right.
And customer officers will stop them on the road.
If they enter your kitchen and begin to ask for the rice.
And they will enter your shops, begin to ask for the rice.
Yes.
How did you, where did you,
exactly.
get this whole stuff? And Nigerians have been very, very worried.
Yes, sir.
And this case saying that you have secured a major legal victory of that. So can you tell us about this?
Yes, in 2019, just in their characteristics, they've been doing it over the years and nobody has had the temerity to challenge them. They invaded all the car shops in Lagos and even beyond, even in Abuja, and sealed them, and then asked those car dealers to come to their offices, with their documents with which they cleared those cars. And they had no valid court order. And I felt the auto dealers approached me. When they approached me, some other persons within their circle said, no, let's go and settle with you. Can't fight custom and all that. I told those guys who came, are you guys ready to fight? They said, yeah. So I mapped out the strategy. We first of all, we did a massive press release and press conference, alerting the Nigerian citizens of what is going on. That over the years, this has been their practice. Custom will just, every 3 months, invade car shops, sealed up without any valid court order, and then ask them, and then end up extorting so much money. I want to say this cannot continue. So they felt, those guys, other group, who are factional, felt that this time around they want to pursue this matter. But at the time, they lost interest. But I told them that I'm going to use my money to continue this case. And I filed the matter in court, but using them as the plaintiffs in the case. Now, of course, how our judiciary, takes time before matters are resolved.
Of course.
This matter was filed in 2021.
Wow.
And then it continued. We now adopted our written address. They had the senior advocate of Nigeria who was representing the customs. We argued. They came up with all manner of defenses. The first of all alleged smuggling. When they found out that there was no evidence of smuggling, now say, they were underassessed. And it's an indictment. If you are alleging that you underassess car or any product that comes into the country to the port, who does the assessment? Who orders the release? It is before you can release any product or any car, anything from the port. It is custom that will order the release. They will sign what you call release order, and these are done by very senior custom officers. So who did the release? Who ordered the release? So if you now come and begin to put such a defense in court, it means it's a self-indictment. You are indicting yourself. You are telling the world that you are incompetent, that you have done the wrong thing in the first place at the port, and you are now trying to. So I felt that this matter, I gave them a pre-action notice and they asked for damages in the billions. They ignored it. We went to court and they came with all manner of defense. But at the end of it all, on 27th of December, to the glory of the Almighty, the judge displayed a rare courage and boldness, and felt and told them that they were wrong. That it was wrong for them to do sealing car shops, without any specific identification of any car that has actually not complied with custom procedure. That is wrong. If you say this car is smuggled, you must identify the car in the shop that is smuggled and then deal with it. You don't come and just run, in a blanket manner, seal a car shop or stop people on the road, because that one also was one of the questions I asked the court to determine whether it is right to go and waylay people on the road when they have cleared their cars at the port, and then they bought those cars. You now tell the person that his car is undersized and then stop him and start extorted. They did it to a judge. The judge paid today. Another time again, the following week he was traveling. The same car was also stopped and said it was undersized. The man now say, you guys are thieves. I paid additional money for this car, and you are now telling me how much is the car? That you must, at least there must be an amount of money that is in your system, that this is how much this car is worth. You don't just come at your whims and car prices, begin to increase price at every point in time, saying you underpaid. That is how that judge now got to know that these guys are scammers. So what I'm trying to say, that boldness by the judge was something that is very rare. The judge said it was wrong. It is illegal for them to do that, stopping people on the way or coming to their car shops. And then she awarded the damages of 500 million naira against Nigerian Custom. I know they will go on appeal. I'm going to go all the way with them up to Supreme Court. This case, I will pursue it with my resources, with God life that is in me, to make sure that we stop the level of impunity in the system. Government must be very responsible and act within the ambit of the law. It's wrong for you to take laws in your hands and begin to do something outside the ambit of the law that created you in the first place. There is an act that created customs that give them powers to act, but they're acting beyond, and nobody has had the temerity to challenge them until I did it.
So what's your interest in this activism?
Yeah,
Nigerians, people who are affected are quiet.
Yes.
But you've shown so much interest here.
The point is that it must end impunity in the system. I don't like a situation where, people who are in power, begin to abuse power. No, I don't like it. I don't like people being oppressed. I hate operate. That's why I'm a public interest lawyer. I was once the chairman of SPIDA.
Yeah.
And my area of interest is actually public interest.
Public interest. Late Chief Gani Fayemi, was very, very vibrant in the line you're towing right now. So you are assuming that position of late Chief Gani Fayemi on public interest cases in Nigeria, if not Africa. Dr. Mondo Bani.
Yes.
So you're going to tell us some of these cases, which you have won with your position, and the cases you have handled and won on behalf of the good people of Nigeria.
Yes.
To tell us some of these cases. That is one that always ring in my head. The Pomo case. I don't know if you start with that. That Pomo, when the federal government wanted to ban Nigerians from eating Pomo.
It was Buhari.
Because it's my favorite delicacy.
Everyone enjoys Pomo. And I felt, though it's no longer poor man's food though. Pomo is beyond the poor persons now because of the cost. But I felt that it was wrong for any government to contemplate, banning Pomo. There is no reason for it. We have enough cows in Nigeria and all that. So what's the issue? If you want to make shoe, you still have enough to make the shoe and leave the common man's food, for them. So when that threat, came up, and I felt that, look, this is wrong. If you don't challenge this government, they may go ahead one day and wake up one day and bam, Pomo, and then we'll
lose that.
I will lose that. I enjoy it, in my stew. I enjoy Pomo. That's the point. I remember now.
A lot.
We enjoyed ourselves, Is it Utofo Kazi and Nachara and all that? You have Pomo there. This one that have some level of flesh, So I enjoy it so much, and I felt that it's something that the government should not contain. And I warned them. And they took the heat of that warning and then refused, banning it and all that. That is one. Then the issue of NIM. If you remember NIM.
Yes.
When the government says they are going to deactivate Nigerian lines, for those who failed to register with the NIM, who failed to have NIM number. And I felt that was too sudden. You must give Nigerians time within which to do that. And it was COVID era. And had to go to court in order to enforce the fundamental human right of Nigerians, those who have their lines, they are contemplating to deactivate. And the court agreed with me and restrained the government. That was why, Nigerians were given time to go and register with NIM, and their lines would have been deactivated by then. The Minister of Communication, is it Patani or what's his name? He was threatening fire and brimstone. I won that case. Then the issue of compulsory vaccination of COVID.
Yeah, COVID. I remember.
I saw that government should not do that. There are those who have some inherent disease. In as much as I believe that you should vaccinate, but then give people some level of option, whether they want to, based on health ground. That issue of blanket, go and vaccinate everyone, was something that the government shouldn't do. And then the government came up and now say it wasn't compulsory anymore. And then that's how we were able to stop, that act of illegality. I have also gone to court on issue of Twitter. Twitter, even the government now says, oh, Mr. Bani, it is only Twitter that can come to court. I say, no. My fundamental right of freedom of expression has been infringed by the government of Buhari by banning Twitter, in court. But the one that is, I'm going to go on appeal, because in all these cases I have won many, I've also lost some. The one I lost 2 weeks ago was this issue of toll gate on Eastern Route. If you are coming from Lagos,
yes,
you will count several, if not up to thousands, toll gate from Lagos coming to East. You don't see it in any other route. Any other, going to North or going to any other, once Igbos are applying, they will, as we are stopping here, policemen are stopping, you are seeing another, 1 meter away, you are seeing another one, you see, it's a toll gate. It's not this year about security. I sued Nigerian Army, I sued Nigerian Police, I sued Federal Safety Corps, I sued all other agencies that, even customs. They all brought the senior advocates of Nigeria. They employ the best to come and tackle me. They agree with me that it's my right. My right to freedom of movement is being infringed upon. The judge even said that he's a victim. But what the judge now said, that under the law, there is derogation clauses. That derogation clause says the government has the right to enact a law for the sake of security and interest of the people. That particular program of stationing policemen on the road, in such manner was for the sake of security. But I'm disagreeing with the judge. Because if it's security, a policeman will not tell you, before you pass, draw 500 or go and park there. Can you regard that as a security measure? They don't even check anything. What they're doing now is that they ask you to go and drop some money before you can pass. If you drop 200, 500, you pass. Even in the Eastern, especially from Imo and all that. You don't do that. That is not security measures. This is now toll gate. And government knows it. My anger is that government knows this. The police know it. The governors know it. And nobody's doing anything about it. These guys are extracting so much. By the time you calculate the money these guys are making out of Nigerians, it's in the billions. It doesn't go to any Nigerian coffers. It doesn't go to the government treasury. It goes into private pocket. And I felt that is absolutely wrong. You don't do that to it. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world except in Nigeria. It's only in Nigeria when you are traveling at the airport, somebody asks you, what do you have for me? Begin to, sometimes I feel so ashamed. Oh, Mr. Banner, I know you. I see you on television, but you must drop something. I feel ashamed for them giving them. When I'm giving that money, I feel ashamed. It doesn't happen anywhere. I've traveled so many places in the world. Nobody demands money at the airport because that is the first place of contact. That is where you see nation being represented, but Nigerians are not being represented well. Why must we begin to encourage illegality and all that? Can't we stop all this nonsense, corruption all over the place? So I felt that it was wrong for policemen and all that to be on the road and extorting people. And I tried through the legal means because public interest law is meant to really correct government, end impunity, and ensure good governance in the country. That is my purpose of always, challenging some of these actions so that people can be aware that what they are doing is wrong and that people are saying it. So I tried that. The court said no, that even though I have freedom of movement, that right can be abridged upon by policemen being on the road and extorting me and all that. So I will go on appeal over that particular
So
one.
you're
Yes.
still pursuing this case?
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Modubani. Dear listener, do not forget, very shortly I shall be opening the lines. You can call on 091 60,000 965 or you call on 091 60 343 965. You can watch live on Facebook, Rapid 965 FM. We're there live, we're streaming live on Facebook. So you can go drop your comment, let us know where you are watching from. We'll be taking those lines. Dr. Mondo Bani, you are not only a well-known legal luminary in Nigeria, but you're also involved in political activities in our country, Nigeria.
Yes.
In fact, I can remember you were one of the foremost Abia sons who relocated from your base in Lagos to support for the victory of the government of Dr. Alex Choma Oti in Abia State here. So about 6 months down the line, what is your verdict, on the new government in Abia State?
Yes.
Are you happy with the new government in Abia? You are an Abian. You're from here. This is your state.
Correct.
Is there any regret in the role you played along with others in Abia State during the campaigns and the election?
Not even an iota of regret. Rather, I'm very careful to return back the entire glory to God for what some of us did. We took bold steps in order to change the narrative of the state. We have been called God's own state, but over time, we have been very unfortunate in terms of leadership. We have never had good leaders, that really know the potential of this state and reflect it. So we felt that this man coming from the private sector may have a clear understanding and vision how to transform this particular state. So we put our lives on the line, we put our reputation on line and say we're going to support him and that there's going to be a difference. Down the line, as you rightly pointed out, within 6 months, I tell you this, Dr. Alex Oti has become the cynosure. He's beginning to assume even a celebrity status. I don't know whether you have noticed recently, anywhere Dr. Alex goes, there is this attention being paid on him that he is going to deliver. It's not a question of he has already started. Everyone says it, people who came home recently, widening the road leading to my head. I have always remained like a village state, doing what he's doing, what they call, the skill being displayed in terms of turning Aba, returning the glory of Aba, so that every average Igbo man, every Hausa man will be coming to Aba to come and buy. There are materials you don't see in Lagos. You come back to Aba, you see them. But the time came when they were running away. All the best tellers that were in this country were in Aba, were concentrated in Aba in the 80s and 90s. Remember when I was in the university, I would come and sew my suit here. But now all of them are scattered because of bad infrastructure. in that environment. But now Dr. Alex Etu is now trying to change that narrative and restoring the glory of Aba, restoring the glory of Abia, restoring the glory of Umuahia. My prayer is that God will give him more wisdom and boldness to continue in this particular stride. Let nothing ever come in between him and the people, because it's about the people. The moment Dr. Alex Etu does what the people, the Abians want, they are ready to support him all the way. It's about the people. I advised Buhari, President Buhari, when he became president, he called me 2 times. I said, sir, I was part of the people that brought you to power. Please see what you can do, never to depart from the people. Never make out any policy that will be anti-people. I told him. But the moment the man departed, I parted way with them. Dr. Alex Otis advised to remain with the people. Do things that will make the people to be happy with you. It's about them. At the moment they're happy with you, sir, heaven will be happy with you. And there is no way he cannot succeed. They will go give him all the support. The resources will come. I know there are some projections he has done that he has not been able, but for even speaking about them means that he has mind towards doing it. There are some issue of pension he mentioned.
Yes, pensioners are lamenting.
He's saying, look, this is my projection, but unfortunately, due to shortage of, but when he says it means his mind is on it. And he has no reason not to, when the resources start coming, to make sure that promise is fulfilled. It's important. It's about all the people. One of the things we told him is that make sure you clear all the backlogs. And then take her back, and then turn the tide of Umuahia. And he is on that particular distance. I pray that God will really increase the resources, both internally generated revenue. But again, for him to generate more money from this particular state, he has to change the method of revenue collection. Let him be changing the receipts every other 3 or 6 months, because these guys, they're always, or these civil servants, they call them evil servants, they're always up the game. When they know that a new receipt has been generated, they will change, they will go and do their own fake ones and begin to collect money that doesn't, it won't go into the government coffers. So they must be up at any time. The antenna must be up in order to beat the games of the civil servant, in order to make sure that enough money that is generating is going to the coffers, the treasury. There is enough money to be generated if you run your government efficiently and be alert. And I believe that the accountants, all the guys in the finance sector will really help the governor to generate as much as possible internally. Then couple with what is coming from federal location, he should be able to meet the obligations. And before you know it, within the number of 4 years that Dr. Les will be here, he will begin to sing the song of the Ebonians. The man ran that particular place without any oil money. I'm talking about
Dave
did. And turned the tide of Ebony to what it is today. He did it without any oil money. So we can also do it here. And when we have somebody from the private sector running an economy that is driven by people that are willed, people that want to support him, people that have capital. Their capital is something that he cannot joke with. The Igbo man, especially the Abians, they are skillful in everything. They're going to help Dr. Alex to succeed. And I know he's going to succeed in Jesus' name. It's my prayer.
Amen. We believe that the private sectors are the people who develop the nation.
The nation, that's correct.
The nation.
That's correct.
Let's divert a bit here. I understand that you were in court the day the Supreme Court refused to allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go scot-free. Yeah. But for him, to go and face his trial at the Federal High Court. Dr. Mondobani, what was your impression about the judgment? And what do you think is the way out of the present quagmire, in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because we understand that there were so many other cases he won before, the Supreme Court and the Appeal Court. Right. The case in Umuahia here, Federal High Court in Umuahia, and so many others. And what do you think about this whole stuff?
I was there. I was live, when that judgment. The court started on a very good note, very sound note, saying that it was wrong for them to have invaded his father's home here in Umuahia when there was no revocation of his bail condition. He was on bail. The trial has not commenced. You came and invaded with army and all that. The court felt that was clearly wrong. The court also held that it was wrong to the manner with which he was brought from Kenya to Nigeria. That was pure kidnap. The court used kidnap. I was there. I heard the judge. So I was now hoping that the final pronouncement will be that this man should go home. He shouldn't go and face any trial because the manner with which he was brought was wrong. But the court now said that we don't have a legal framework that supports the view that if you bring a man illegally into the country, or you obtain an evidence in an illegal manner, that the court now no longer have jurisdiction to try that person. That there is no such decided case in the Nigerian.
So wouldn't that had ended that case?
No, what I'm saying, when the court now say no, what the court saying now is that for the fact that you brought him illegally does not divest jurisdiction from the court. They're now saying the court still,
okay.
That was the ruling. They are saying, look, what they did was wrong. Everything that they did, the manner they brought him was wrong. The manner they invaded his home, Naija was wrong. But that they brought him wrongly cannot stop the court from trying him for whatever offense they want to charge him. But that does not mean that they may succeed in whatever they want to charge him. The court made that expressly clear. But for the fact that he was brought in wrongly does not divest the court from trying him for a criminal offense. That was their ruling.
Okay.
So I felt totally sad, because that would have been a very good, present, Christmas present to the Igbos. Some criminals have taken advantage of Kano's absence to unleash terror here in the south and eastern region. So I felt that, look, gentlemen, can we end these things? Let's release this young man and then hand him over to the governors, who will speak with him, so that there will be absolute peace in this region, the region of hope, the region of blessed. We are blessed more than any other region and all that. There is, I keep on saying it, I'm happy and I'm proud to be an Igbo man. I put my head high, because every average Igbo man is respected all over. He comes with nothing, and before a few months or years, you see an Igbo man becoming a multimillionaire in an environment that others have not succeeded. There's something about us. So such people should not mess up the economy, should not mess up their environment. So I felt that would have ended it. But again, I came up with this positive resolution. That resolution is that maybe the federal government wants to stop this matter at the lower court. Maybe when the matter now comes afresh at Federal High Court, the Attorney General has the right now to enter what you call nolle, and then say, gentlemen, I release this young man. I'm no longer interested in prosecuting him, handing over to the Igbos. Please make sure you maintain peace. Because without peace, we can't make progress, even as a region, as a people. So I feel that is a leeway, and I'm hoping that by the grace of God, the heart of President Tinubu will be touched over this and say, look, gentlemen, I want peace in Igbo land so that I can be able to concentrate on governance in Nigeria generally. Let me stop the prosecution of this young man, knowing fully well that this man enjoys wide support in the eastern region. Nnamdi Kanu is a very popular candidate, whether you like it or not. You may not like his method, you may not like his mannerism, but the man enjoys support of the average Igbo man. Plenty of them are in support. So to create some level of sanity here and peace, you can say, let's release him.
If you're saying that,
yes.
What you advise to our Igbo brothers,
yes.
Over the crisis concerning the judgment,
yes.
that judgment by the Supreme Court,
yes.
And is there any hope for the resolution?
There is. So I'm saying that the president in his magnanimity and say, look, let's end this by entering nolle through his Attorney General. The Constitution allows.
What's nolle?
Nolle means stop, don't prosecute. The law says the Attorney General today can stop any prosecution against any criminal. Any person that is alleged to be a crime suspect, he can stop it. The law allows him to discontinue, to continue, and to prosecute. The law allows the Constitution. That is the only person that the Constitution gives power to stop any criminal prosecution against any citizen. That's the Attorney General. So he can enter nolle and say, that's the end of the matter, can we go home? But sin no more. If there's any issue with the government, please let's have them resolved peacefully. And the governors are ready. All the governors are willing to undertake to stand surety, for Nnamdi Kanu, so that Nnamdi can come back again and reunite with his family.
Okay, let's pick this call. Dear listener, you can call us now, 091 60,000 333 Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, my honorable barrister.
My regards to you. Good morning. Good morning, my brother.
The man that stands for the masses. The man who always thinks how to defend the masses. I love you so much.
God bless you, son.
God will continue to keep you and preserve you and your family.
Amen, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Mr. Chijoke from Bendy Road is my name.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I want to first of all talk on issue of Nnamdi Kanu. The major thing is this: if we Igbos, I want to encourage us and most of those people that using Nnamdi's issue to frustrate some of Igbo traders. I want to tell them that this new year they should stop it.
That's right.
We Igbos, we are not happy that Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention without any meaningful thing. So I am saying that God in himself is going to do something concerning Nnamdi Kanu.
All right.
And the issue of the Governor Alex Oti, I want to round up.
Yes.
I want to say that this is a very good development. Governor Alex Oti has started well.
Yes,
and I am begging pensioners, other people that are not happy, I am saying that they should continue to pray for this government. He means well for us. Governor Alex Oti is not a man who always like to do things anyhow. He has the masses at heart, and he's going to make them happy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chijoke from Bende Road. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ikechukwu calling from Umai.
All right, Ikechukwu, you're welcome to the show.
Ikechukwu, good morning to your guests.
Yeah, IK, morning.
Well, the Supreme Court judgment, it says the arrest is illegal. So by interpretation, if you arrest is illegal. Continued detention, is it not illegal? You understand? If it's a matter where the Attorney General of Federation should look at interpret the judgment, if they want to, you can try, they have jurisdiction because court has jurisdiction on all matter. You understand? You cannot rob any conventional court jurisdiction.
You're talking like a lawyer. Cannot rob. I love that, man.
You cannot rob them. That's position of the Supreme Court is holding.
That's correct.
In any matter, all matter, in any form, they have the power to try it. But the arrest the way you conduct your arrest to bring him before the court of justice is an injustice. So therefore, it's illegal. The arrest. So if the arrest is illegal, and to General Federation to understand, continue detaining is illegal too.
That's correct.
You understand? So they should go back and look at and implement the interpretation and stop this trial because they don't have. You can't pick somebody for you can say it's committing treason. If you want to pick somebody committing terrorism, you follow the normal process.
That's a procedure. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for guys for the effort is making the through the rule of law and justice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Yes. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
My name is Jidan on the line. I'm chief of Isha before LGA.
From a Bonny State. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Please, they are guests. But I tell you that Jidan, I love him so much. I love his opinion. He's a good man.
Thank you, sir.
But happy New Year, sir.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. Happy to hear your voice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Your voice catch my attention so much.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Keep it up, my brother. God bless you.
Email out.
Thank you.
Please, yes, please, Adrian.
Yes.
Everything he said, I'm in same fight pursue with him and concur with opinion. Please. Because our lawyers, they're not doing the needful in this country.
That's right.
They're putting everything upside down.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, our eminent.
Morning, my brother. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Monjo.
Thank you very much, sir.
Last time I won your palliative.
Oh, are you applying again?
Yes. My name is Ozem calling from my mama. Thank you so much. I picked my listen yesterday. I thought I would meet you in the studio.
Okay, you picked your gift.
Okay, that's good.
Yes,
All right.
I'm very, very happy. And I happen to be the first winner of your program.
Wow. 2024.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Yeah, just a winner. The man is a winner.
So, Barrister, I'm very, very happy.
Thank you, sir.
In short, Abia is blessed.
That's right.
Having people like you.
Thank you, sir.
There are many people in that. We have many people who are very respected individual.
Yes, sir.
And they have been following your program right in and out. Continue to strengthen you and give you more wisdom and for you to continue to do the good thing.
That's right.
And
That's right.
more especially the government that come to play,
Yes, sir.
that come in place in other states is the government of the people.
That's right.
I saw your contributions from the day one to the end
Yes, sir.
to make sure that Abia has a change of government
Yes, sir.
and a change of narrative.
Yes, sir.
And we are having dividends of democracy, what we are ought to have been.
All right.
From the day
Thank
they
you.
were. Thank you so much. Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm grateful. I'm happy.
Thank
you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location.
Yeah, I go here.
Good morning. Good morning.
My name is Ifeanyi Ewunze.
Okay.
I'm calling from Himembano.
All right, Ifeanyi, go ahead.
All right. Good morning, Barrister Dr. Monday Obani.
Anyi, morning, sir.
Yes, I love my heart for you. I like the way you're projecting yourself and the common people.
Yes, sir.
I want to appreciate you for being magnanimous in this regard.
Yes, sir.
Please continue the way you are doing.
Yes, sir.
The common people don't have anybody to speak for them. Continue the way you are doing, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I want to also request from you to make it an advocacy for some other barristers and senior advocates
Yes.
to come out and join you in this crusade. It's a crusade.
That's right.
Yes. Having said that, I don't know why the National Assembly has reneged on its responsibilities for the common people, and now is in alignment with the executive to unleash what is called mayhem on the people. Because I haven't seen anything in government that will make me believe that they mean well for Nigeria and Nigerians. Why is it like that? I want to know. Because they have a duty to impeach a governor or president who is not responsible to his duties.
I agree with you.
Why is it like that, Dr. Mondobani? I want to know.
Yes.
Why have they reneged on this responsibility they owe the people?
That's right.
And they're now doing things according to their own whims and caprices. That is why Nigeria is the way it is today. Why must this not be changed? Please, Dr. Mondobani,
Yes.
I want you to do something about this.
Yes, sir.
Explain to me why it is like this. Thank you.
Very simple. You know, the people you send to the National Assembly, the people you elect, as governors also, will reflect, the quality of leadership they will actually give to the people. Most times, the problem we have in Nigeria is that they have made people to be so poor. So when election comes, they now give them 5,000, 10,000 bag of rice.
You can even go and kill.
And, and all that. So by the time they give you these things, it close your eyes from looking at those who have antecedent. Are you following me? There are those who have antecedent. They have built over time, but they don't have the capacity financially in order to probably run an election. Because you come and preach and speak all the things you want
and money
to do.
will decide.
Beautiful. But by the time you finish, people say, Ojegole, how much has he given? What did he bring
They
for
will even
us?
tell you he won't win.
He won't win because of his level of financial.
Okay, let's take this.
That's the
Hello?
problem. Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello? I go here.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Masik calling from Umaya.
Okay.
Okay.
Congratulations to Barrister
There, oh my
for
brother.
his appointment as the special assistant to the Senate president. I have seen Barrister Mondo Bane on Arise TV. He's a very handsome man.
Yes.
And he has given us the cocoa. He has given all of us the cocoa that the main problem here is to releasing Nnamdi Kanu
That's correct.
so that there will be peace in the southeast.
That's correct.
That is the cocoa for the year.
That's right.
Nothing again they can do.
Yes, sir.
Because he has said that Nnamdi is very popular in Igbo land.
That's the point.
If you like it or not, he's a very popular person in Igbo land.
That's correct.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
to
you.
my handsome barrister.
Thank you. Thank you
you,
very, very much. Very much.
I never knew.
Barrister, we shall be representing your award. You won an award on Rapid Rapid FM Personality
That's
of the
correct.
Year
That's
award.
correct.
We shall be representing that
Thank you.
award
Thank you, sir.
on this
Thank you, sir.
program.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Hello. Good morning.
No lady has called. What's up?
I
What's
don't
up?
know. I don't know.
No, yeah, the ladies.
Good morning.
Morning, bro.
Barrister Mondo Bane.
One day, oh.
Yeah, Obuloman the prophet.
Okay, the prophet. There,
Yeah, the last time when you came for something there.
Yes, sir.
Mama.
There, oh, night.
There one.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year.
Same
Happy
to
New
you, sir.
Year.
Same to you, sir.
What I really want to ask, special advisor.
Yes, sir.
the Senate president. The thing that on pieces. I'm because looking at you, somebody madune lepasanya, and they gave me advice.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, come on, but you sorry, man.
Yes, sir.
In a advice.
Yes, sir.
I mean, the senior president call in dancing to the tune of the president's music now and then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're like President Ikuru, you're like President Ikuru,
yes, sir.
So, in I make advice, call in and make everything the president Ikuru. Call name for the benefit of Nigeria.
I agree with you. It's a very good question. You know, I've just been appointed. Before that time, they're looking at him also as somebody who dances so much to the executive. Any small opportunity, but I with my Oga, I will tell him, Oga, whatever you do is about the masses. It's about the people. Not about the person who is there now as the executive, because tomorrow the man will not be there. But about your own political career, look at the masses. The moment you are with the masses, you can never go wrong. Okay. So the little I will do is to advise. But you know that my advice may also not be accepted. You know, Obasanjo said that he has appointed advisor. He may not even accept the advice also whenever the advice. So I will advise. I will tell him, and I know by the grace of God.
We have Mr. Ejike Ikunze, whom will popularly Mr. Football.
Oh, Mr. Football! Oh my God!
He rarely call on radio, but this one is calling now.
Special.
I don't know. This is a special call.
No.
Hello, good morning.
I want to most sincerely commend Barrister Mondo Bani.
Thank you, sir. I'm lawyer, sir.
Monday, I have to make a
sir.
You have done so well, and I want to challenge you.
Yes, sir.
The next time you come on this program, please let Epic be given to your name as Senior Advocate of Nigeria. you have to aspire to be that.
Amen.
Because
Amen.
you are the people's lawyer.
Amen, sir. Amen,
you have done so well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
The Senate president is not doing well. He is not doing well. Frankly speaking, he is not doing well.
I will let him know, sir. I will let him.
How can the budget be padded to 1.something trillion naira added? Does it mean they don't do their homework very well? That is number one. Number two.
Okay.
Remember the road, that Ecotech road has not been fixed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's
you are from Awomuku, where I lived in the 70s.
Oh, my God.
That road is very bad. Please, take it upon yourself to see that something is done on that road.
God bless you. God
3,
bless you, sir.
Ensure you continue to advise our governor. He is doing well, at least for now.
Yes, sir.
And again, let me say you have been supportive to Rapid FM and my big friend there with you,
yes,
Mr. Goyan.
Yes, sir. Mr.
You are doing well. Please take it up and again write a book.
Yes, sir.
On your experiences as a people's lawyer.
My God.
Congratulations and a happy new year
this
to
man
you
is
all.
a prophet. You are speaking like a prophet, Mr. Footballer. God bless you, sir. I am thinking about writing a book.
Wow.
You know, for all those exploits, in the legal field.
Yes.
I will put them in writing, sir.
Yes.
Sir. Thank you, sir. That is a good
Thank you very much, Mr. Football. We're happy to hear from you.
Thank you, sir.
It's my pleasure.
Great man.
Thank you.
Great man.
Thank you. Dr. Mondo Bani, quickly, you have been on this issue of Ekote Mene Road, leading to Ekote Mene, Omoahia Ekote Mene Road, and you have been on the, on that particular issue. That road had been awarded so many times, and this last one, we found out that the contractors went to the road, and at the end of the day, after doing some scanty drainages, and at the end of the day, it has been abandoned and left fallow again. Please, want to ask you to please remember to keep pushing.
I have wound in my heart, anytime I remember this Ekote Mene Axis Road. Are you following me? That leading to
yes, to your home.
My home, my other states. From there you are joined to Akwa Ibom and proceed even to Cross River, sir.
Of course.
And it's a very major outlet, with a lot of economic activity that surround that environment. So I feel that the federal government should do the right thing. Why will you award a contract to somebody that has no capacity? I keep on saying it. There's no capacity. I did a search. I went to Corporate Affairs Commission. I did a search. I didn't see anyone that is an engineer there in the family. The man, his wife, and I raised that alarm from the word go. Look, I am afraid of this man's capacity to carry out is it dualizing the road or is it just maintenance? Because it was 13-something billion they were calling about. I said, is it dualization? I was shuttled down by a lot of people from Equano. A lot of my people, I raised that issue from beginning. That does this man have the capacity? Over the time, federal government said they were not funding. We now hear NMPC. We all went, we are wide jubilating that NMPC will now fund. And the NMPC now was not, releasing the money. But no work was going on. The man now concentrated on the axis of equality that was, already done by Akpabio when he was governor. I said, what? This is the major place they, gave you. Start from Umuahia. Dilapidated. And, the man did not do anything. You can see that the only place he did was just somewhere in Ndoru. Few kilometers. No, it's not up to a kilometer. That's what he did for 4 years, 2019. This is 2024. You see that there is no machine on the road anymore. He has pulled out. And that thing was the thing I feared most.
What are you going to do about that?
So the point is that I have raised that issue with the Senate President. I want to visit Omahi, raise that issue with him. I have spoken to the man that is in charge of works in Senate Committee of Works. I've also spoken to my own brother representing federal constituency, that's Honorable Agwacha, and then I called my own brother, the senator representing Central now. Akobondo. I spoke with him there yesterday. I said, okay, Mr. Bani, we all have to put our heads together. We must make sure that this particular contract is not abandoned. It's a very major outlet. It's a major road, for the economic activities. And I'm also seeing the governor in this respect. Because the governor is somebody that also, when I raised the issue, when he was sworn in, he said, Mr. Bani, something will be done about that economy. This is, for him saying that alone, my heart, because I know him.
Okay, let's pick this call. Good morning.
Remember this morning.
Good morning.
Congratulations to my Uncle Monde Oban. Happy New Year. I'm happy because you are somebody that wherever you are, they will still hear your voice. And your voice is the voice of other voiceless. So I thank you for that, because this particular issue of Iguano, our own side, I don't know how I can even compare it with other places we have visited. It seems like Iguano side, they always abandon anything that has to do with projects that come to Iguano, they will abandon it.
Central.
This because we don't have someone that will be talking for us. This is because we don't have someone that can be representing us there. But thank God that you have been hammering on that. I've been listening to anything you are saying about this hero since from Lagos. Even during the time you came back for your foreign service of your study.
Yes, sir.
So you also said it. So I'm happy because you are saying it again. So what I'm trying to say, whatever you will do, don't hesitate to say it. So the betterment of Equano, betterment of Aga will surely come to. It's something that we as Equano people, we have been lacking. We are lacking of that leadership. We have been lacking of representative. So this time around, even though that you are not the commissioner, you're not the minister, but for us, you always go close to the government. Please, don't to get them. That Equano people have been abandoned. Equano people have been left away. Anything that has to do with project, anything that will bring development, anything that will give us that dividend of democracy, we are always being neglected.
All right,
Please,
thank you.
More and more.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's take some other people. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Barrister Mondo Ban.
There was sir.
In relation to your appointment as a special advisor to the Senate President.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Let me spread again. I'm calling from Amaba in the Sugwato local government area of Abia State. I'll talk on the perspective of the pardon made by the National Assembly when Nigerians were crying that the 27-point-something trillion naira budget proposal for 2024 appropriation bill is too much. Then they went, having taken it, President government having taken it to the National Assembly, they still added their own, just because of what I heard you say, that every constituency representative would like to show something, would like to see something that when you get home, that people will know that is representing them very well. But let's that any project that was not done this year can still be done next year. We are already in a serious debt that IMF has warned Nigeria that if care is not taken by 2030, that Nigeria system will collapse. So we shouldn't take some things for granted. And on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, I believe that Supreme Court having replied it back to High Court is a way of following it on political solutions so that High Court will now free Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you and God bless you.
Prayer.
Thank you, and thank you, and God bless you. And dear listener, do not forget you are still in Rapid 96.5 FM Umuahia. Another standpoint, let's just pick up one or two more calls before we'll begin to draw the curtain. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yes. I'm Richard. People from Okigwe.
Okay, I'll keep going in Imo State. Go ahead.
Yes. Yes. Mr. Speaker, I thank you how you have been anchoring the program.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I really thank Dr. Monday Ubani. He has spoken well. How I wish I can get his personal contact. I'm from Imo State.
Okay.
But I love his ways and how he has been speaking for the masses. How I wish can get his personal contact. Yes.
We send it.
I love him.
We'll send it after the program. No problem, sir.
We'll
send it after the program.
We'll make that available
to you, sir. No problem, sir.
Yes,
sir.
I would like to get you, please.
Yes,
I'm happy with you. I love you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I love you.
Thank
Yes.
you.
All right.
Continuing.
Thank you. Thank you, and God bless. Dr. Monde Onyekachi Obani. So many calls, Dr. Monde Obani, but they say sugar is sweet, but it has to go home. Okay, there's one we call Jarako.
Okay.
Let me attend to it. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're very lucky, Jarakola.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello,
good
guys.
morning.
Good
Welcome.
morning.
Your name and location.
It's Pastor John calling from Achari Hechiowa.
Okay.
Please, our governor is trying a lot.
Yes, sir.
I am one of the pensioners on behalf of my late wife. During the time of the past governors, I know the amount they will pay me in a month. But that money is just a little money. They will divide that money into four. And out of that four, they will just give you 1/4 of it. Even throughout a year, maybe 3 times in a year, since the year 2020. But because since this one, Dr. Ahmed Soti started his government, that money, he has been paying me that money completely.
Oh, praise God.
I don't know why people are complaining. It is not too late for him. Please let them leave the young man alone. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Let people leave the young man alone. He has a good plan for Abia. And Abia is the one that voted him in that post. Nobody will remove him in that post. So let people relax and let us see what God wants to use Dr. Lesotho are doing in Abia State. So lastly, I want to remind him, from Achari Hechiowa, we don't have road. From Umuchakoma down to our road. I am the next Dr. Nakuko, former financial commissioner for Abia State, doing the theology. It's from my village. He's late. Then also Dr. Totu Fretoti, Senator, former doing the Mbakwe region. It's from our side also. We have a very bad road. So please, let us also to remember the people of Achari Hechiowa.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Go and carry go. God is on your side.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I can feel the excitement here. Dr. Monde Onyekachi Ubani, please, we may not be able to pick calls again. A lot of people are trying to get across, especially having you in the studio today. Some of his antecedents, he was the man that got a restraining order against the federal government that made him not to deactivate our phone lines because of not registering for NIN. he got another extended deadline for several months. And Dr. Mondo Bani was also the man who made the federal government not to impose compulsory vaccination on all citizens, especially those who may have health challenges undergoing the vaccination. And he is trying to sue the federal government and ban of popular delicacy, but more. That's the case. I'm also interested in that case. Now, Dr. Mondo, but if you never defended Nigeria, I think I would have won a rope and to do that. Right. He also got a judgment that said that the National Assembly legislators should not be fixing salaries for themselves, but it should be done by Fiscal and Allocation Commission.
When they see me in the National Assembly, they say, that's the man.
The man who said we should
got another, against us.
I can also remember Dr. Mondo that you sued the security agencies that are blocking and extorting Easterners who are traveling to Eastern Nigeria. And I don't know whether this one is currently in court.
No, he's going on appeal. I told you that was the one that the court said, even though they acknowledge the fact that my freedom of movement is being restricted, but that the government has a right to impose some security measure because of Boko Haram and other insecurity challenges. That's what they said, So I'm going on appeal because I said that it's target. Yes, it's not security.
What do you gain from some of these things you're doing?
Just when the people are when they're happy. When we restrain impunity in the system. I don't like impunity.
Okay.
I like things being done legally. Maybe that's why people they're afraid of me, I like things done properly.
You feel I feel feverish.
Feverish when I see legality. I don't like impunity. I don't like things being done wrong, honestly. I don't know why.
Okay. Dr. Mondo Bani has made other landmark cases. He has won, there are not public interest cases.
Yes, like my case, that I went to South Africa and I lost my luggage and I came back. South African Airlines. My luggage was lost. All the things I bought, I went to court. I got damages against them. They went on appeal. I followed them to court of appeal. I won there. I said, can we go to Supreme Court? They said, no, we're ready to pay you. We're ready to pay you. That was no public interest. Now, personal interest case, So many others, by His grace.
We are very glad to have you. The man in the studio here was once appointed public trustees of all Civil Servants Association of Nigeria. And he was the one who organized the peaceful election that produced the national leadership in Abuja, there in Abuja. He's known as the second Gani Fayemi of Nigeria for his exploits. I must tell you that in the Nigerian judiciary and his vociferous advocacy for good governance and accountability by political office holders. The former national chairman of Speedo and the former second vice president, MBA chairman in Ikeja, Lagos. I know this. I can remember.
And the board member now of African Bar Association.
And that's recently.
Recently, yes.
Dr. Mondo Bani. A lot of people sent in messages from our social media. We have promised Ephraim. He said, "Good morning, Mr. Speaker. I welcome Mondo Bani Esquire to the program." Barrister Mondo Bani, you're welcome. And engineer Prince H. Robia Ikechukwu said, "I love Dr. Mondo Bani so much in all ramification. Can I marry your daughter?"
Don't mind me.
He said, "In fact, you are a voice to the Igbo generation." And Churchill Okara, he said, "Dr. MOU, watching you live from Surulere, Lagos." Somebody is watching you on Rapid Facebook page.
It's my brother. My brother from Awumuku.
Wow.
Churchill Okara, yes.
He said he's watching you live from Surulere, Lagos State. And engineer Prince Echirobia Ikechukwu, he said, "I'm watching Dr. Mondo Bani. I love him." Thank you very, very much. Dr. Mondo Obani, we're going to present your award once again to you. Dear listener, you can watch on Facebook. We are live, like I said earlier on. You can take a watch on Facebook while we'll present the award to Dr. Mondo Obani since he is in the studio now.
Thank you.
In your ears, all day long and all night. 24/7 radio. We are 96.5 Robbie.